documentary series on Netflix I asked y'all to watch because it was so mind-blowing to me when I saw it. It was so crazy, so sad, so delusional. So thank you for watching. We're talking about Maternal Instincts, so hopefully you guys have seen it. I don't think we're going to have any spoilers.
I mean, if you haven't seen it and you want to watch it and you have no idea what it's about, then
maybe skip this
next.
I'm going to look this up right now really quick.
I'm loving, though, the whole documentary talk that we're doing, because I know we've done this on previous documentaries before, and I actually watched Maternal Instinct this morning on Netflix, and I saw all these different documentaries that are streaming right now, and I was like, ooh, that would be good to talk about, this would be good to talk about, so I think we should just keep the ball rolling with that.
We can make this a whole series, because all I watch are docuseries.
And I love that.
So, I got so many, and I was telling you that when I got back from the cruise, the shipwrecked cruise one was like literally trending the next day.
Yes.
I was like, I'm so glad I did not watch this before we left. But yeah, this one was mind blowing because I'm not a mom yet, but the delusion in this human being, I'm just like, why? How? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
So do I.
So before I talk about that, I kid you not, I just Googled it. Maybe it was a different thing and I have to look into it a little bit more, but I have a very distinct memory of watching a movie. I feel like it was on Lifetime years ago. I mean, years ago. And I remember it was some lady cutting into this other woman to get her baby out, and she bleeds out and dies or whatever. I don't know what happened to the baby in the movie. Why would I have that memory in my brain if that wasn't existing, unless it was some sort of nightmare I had when I was pregnant, because you have nightmares when you're pregnant.
Ooh.
But so when this came out, I was like, I feel like I've seen this.
It's familiar because I think, unfortunately, women who have this psychotic break, this has happened. There's other stories like this. I listen to podcasts, I watch a lot of shows.
Nightmares.
Yeah, and you thought that story sounded familiar, and I was saying there's other stories like this out there. Did you have another question for us, though?
No.
Question for us?
I don't think so.
That's all she wrote. I probably saw something like that. I was a huge Lifetime movie person, especially a long time ago, so it does sound familiar. I feel like I probably saw the same thing.
Yeah.
But
So
that was crazy.
It was wild. So diving in, well, first, Mama Bear, and someone who has always wanted to be a Mama Bear. Do you guys feel like there are societal pressures that we face as women, like when are you going to become a mom, or that we should become moms? Because I'm not going to lie, I have been very in my head about this year. I go back and forth, I feel like every day, depending on what do I want to do over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. My husband's getting older. I don't want to be 90 with a 10-year-old. So I'm like, girl, get your life together, which is it?
I just feel like for you it's got to be difficult because you're into fitness, you're just now stepping your foot into the modeling world, you want to do Miami Swim Week, all these things that are focused on your body. So it's just hard. It's like, do I reach for that first, or what, you know what I mean? So I feel your pain with going back and forth. I honestly, girl, I just feel like take it one day at a time, follow your intuition. You'll know. I feel like you'll know.
It's in God's hands, yes. When it happens, it'll happen.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I'm gonna need 2 years to recover. How long was your bounce back, Miss Snatched over here?
Well, for me, I was so young. I doubt you'll need 2 years.
Yeah, I do not think you'll need 2 years.
My mom's genetics.
You're gonna.
I mean, maybe if Paul's 90, maybe he will, but I don't think so.
I feel like since I was so young, that was pretty easy. My stomach was back to flat before I left the hospital.
Oh yeah.
So it was.
And you know those girls at work, they just pop babies out and the next week they're just flat, and you're like, what the hell happened? Because they're so young.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Very true.
But as far as feeling pressure, I feel like people are getting better about that. Like, I think people voicing the fact that they feel like it's rude to ask or say things, or like, my mother-in-law always asks when we're having kids. It's none of your business, Karen, like that kind of thing. People are catching on, okay, maybe we shouldn't be asking this, and we're not just here to make babies. I think it's gotten a lot better. But do I think that older generations are still kind of like, where's your kids? Yeah. And I don't think that's going to get better. But I feel like, yeah, a lot more people I meet are like, I don't really want kids. And I feel like that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I put up a reel. It just reminded me of like last year or something. It was like millennials everywhere trying to decide to have a baby or to like pursue career, something like that. And most people were like, I'm right here with you. But then, on TikTok, we don't have TikTok, but people are always saying something. And so many girls were like, no, we're not. So I was like, okay, not everyone.
No one's doing that.
Obviously, I don't know why this is in your algorithm then. But yeah, so I forgot to give the background, ladies. So for those of you who haven't seen, well, you guys saw it most recently, because for me it's been like a month. Do you want to do like a quick summary for the listeners and watch?
Oh my gosh. This disturbed woman decides to pretend she's pregnant and fool everyone. What kind of liar would you call that? Like, not a compulsive liar, but like that's a very mythological.
Well, because you have pathological, a psychological one. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
But
psychological or no?
No, I mean, pathological liar is one.
Okay. I don't know. That's the main one I know.
I don't know that how she got away with so many lies. But anyway,
right.
She meets someone, she wants to keep him. She lies about being pregnant, and then because she's in this lie, she now has to find someone who is pregnant, and she makes friends with someone who is in a similar pregnancy timeline as she's been telling everyone. And when it comes down to her being past her due date, she gets frantic, I assume, and kills this woman, takes her baby out, and tries to pass it off as her own. Both that mom and the baby die, and everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Kind of. That's
yeah.
And she got death row, and so
thankfully. I'm a
That's a
believer
gist.
anyway, sorry, in death row. But I know it's an iffy topic.
Yeah.
But thank you for the recap, because I was going over my notes this morning and I was just like, her path to getting there. Like, I don't think the doc did a really good job of showing, right, where she kind of like came from, other than
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh,
I don't think that they did either.
Yeah, like, what's her background? Like, I wanted to know more about her story that made her so
I don't know if, because I was kind of multitasking, because I was posting our reel on Instagram this morning while I was starting it, and so I didn't know if I had missed it. So I had to get on Google and just do like a quick background on her, because one, I didn't even know that she already had kids.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
I'm like, I feel like they didn't really.
Two.
Maybe I missed it, but I feel like they didn't really go into depth with that. And then also, not even just that, how the whole like money thing. Like, that's what I was trying to understand when they like, how were they even able to like purchase all this stuff without even having
loans on loans.
money?
And that was
But like,
part
for
of
that much money back to, you know what I mean? From back to back to back, I just
When you do it that quickly, I feel like that's how people do it, is because then your credit's not catching up yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That takes a second.
And kind of like what Britt was saying, where she's a pathological liar, she was able to lie and manipulate lawyers and people of like these deeds in order to even try to get the property, because that's how she was swindling this guy. So first it started with the guy who really just had a normal life. Wasn't he like a farmer or something?
A hog, not wrestler, a hog.
He sold them, right?
Yeah.
They would put his description as a hog handler. That's what it was, a hog handler.
Netflix. Hog antlers. So this man, you know, she swindles him, and then she's like, I've got all this money in the house, and so when that didn't fall through, I think she's like, well, I'm pregnant, so I think she was using that to like keep the relationship.
Yeah.
Which
was crazy because they were only together for like 4 months.
Yes, and I think the saddest part is like this is why when women, I think are in these relationships where they do get pregnant and the guy's like, oh, I don't believe you, it's not mine, or you need to get a test. Like there's so much back and forth now because unfortunately so many people lie about everything.
Yeah. It's like the background of her life, I think they focused too much on like her teenage life, and we didn't see her family life because I feel like they had friends. I'm like, her friends and how they knew her, and like obviously she was overweight, and then they really kind of like put an emphasis on that, and then she lost the weight and she got a lot of attention from guys, and so there has to have been, in my opinion, analyzing people as a hobby, that something had to have happened to her mentally in her family home, like maybe she never got validation from her parents or whatever it was, or we never really hear a lot of talk about the dad, I don't think, in the documentary. Just always the mom.
Not at all. Like, where is he in all this?
Yeah, and then they always made like the mom was the bad guy. I wish that they had more of her family talking as just friends, as opposed to just friends, because all we get is that she was this friend, we were best friends, and this and that, and like, well, you only knew her for this chunk of your life. What happened to her before that she felt like she needed to prove herself in so many ways?
Right. And didn't they say she had gone to the hospital and faked a pregnancy a different time or something like that, and she was in the hospital, so the hospital had records of her not actually being able to have any more children, so that's when they started to get involved or something.
Well, she had a hysterectomy.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. So they had a record that she can't have children because she quite literally doesn't have a uterus.
And from my understanding, because I did some Google research about that too, because I wanted more on that aspect, and it sounds like she pretty much was the one to tell them to do that, to give them the go, and I think she was 21.
Yep. Which
so
is really
I'm like,
young.
you have 2 kids, and then at 21 you decide you don't want kids anymore. And then they do that, and then she has a hysterectomy, and then now all of a sudden, because before when I was watching it and I didn't realize that she had already had kids, I was understanding, not saying that it's okay by any means, but I was understanding like if she can't have a baby and she wants a baby and she's going to go to those lengths, okay.
Which is what the other gal in the other true crime.
Right, which is typically what you hear, right? Because they don't have a baby of your own. But I'm like, to already have 2 and then for you to get a hysterectomy at 21 years old.
Yeah.
And then go to all these lengths to have another baby when you aren't, it just didn't add up for me.
Yeah. And that's why I think the baby was just the means to the end of like keeping this partner in her life. So I think she just like was grasping for straws, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant. You have to stay with me now to make this work."
Gotcha.
At least that's my only. That's the only thing that is like you wanted to keep him so much,
right? That you
that's
did
wild.
that.
And there had to have been some different dynamics too. It couldn't have just been him, I don't think. I think the fact that he had a family, a very supportive family, a big family, and I just got the feeling she didn't have that. It wasn't just she wanted to hold on to him. It was like, oh, I'm getting this attention from everyone.
Right.
The support.
Yeah.
I thought Netflix. Did you guys think Netflix did a good job in general of like sharing the story, or were there? I mean, I guess we all have some questions that were like,
it could have been way better.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen way better documentaries than that one.
Yeah.
There's so much. We should have so many questions.
We should.
But I did think for them to go to his mom and for them to, obviously, if I were him and his family, I'd want to come forward to say like, we're so sorry. Basically, like they probably feel so guilty that this happened to the other family because there were kind of like so many signs, and then not that it's his fault that she behaved the way she behaved, but I don't know. I just feel like there's so much energy around. Well, like, what could you have done different to, I don't know, kind of just stop her madness? But
at the very end, when they like put the words on, and the only thing they had to say about her mom was that she didn't want to come forward because the daughter would take away the grandkids from seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
I was still like,
right.
that is not reason enough.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
As a mother, like, that's not reason enough when you can see that your daughter is doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt that too. I was like, something's off there.
and then that tells me everything I need to know at the same time. Like, I can now, like, I know that relationship wasn't good then.
Yeah, I mean, and I also think about, I mean, it's just so sad for the families, and then I'm like, what? But it's entertainment in a way because it's true crime for us. But it's like, how do you balance like that, wanting to tell this story, but make it juicy enough so that we want to actually watch the story and like we're curious about it. With every documentary, I feel like, man, I feel so bad for these families. But also, I appreciate them for coming forward and sharing their stories so that the rest of the world can kind of like, honestly, put more walls up somehow.
Yeah.
So I was like, mental note, if and when I get pregnant, beware.
Beware of random ass people.
Yeah, it's just...
So not even, like, beware of everyone, honestly, because who knows?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions I had for you ladies. I was just blown away. Like, Paul and I were both watching this, like, just in disbelief. Like, total disbelief. So if you guys have watched it, let us know your thoughts. Do you think the verdict, because I was talking about how I'm like, yeah, she got it, was justified?
I think it's crazy to think about, though. Like, she was executed at 27. Like, that's so young, you know, to have been
I know.
on death row. And I mean, it's just wild to me.
Yeah.
Actually, because they were in Texas, right? And
Was it Texas?
and they like
Texas.
have
They
the
said she
hammer
was
hard
the
there.
7th
Yeah.
woman on death row.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think, like, I'm maybe a little bit weird, but if her relationship with her mom wasn't good, I mean, she's manipulative throughout the entire thing, right? So I think whatever happened to her when she was younger, and the mom probably ended up feeling guilty about it, so like would give her whatever she wanted because of it, and then she ruled that dynamic, that space, which is why she's like scared of her own daughter. But to me, I'm like, there was a cry for help at some point in her life, and no one helped her.
Right.
And
So
she
there's
just
multiple cries for help, you know?
multiple, yeah, there has to have been. And so to some degree, like, I feel for her on a psychological level, because no one really like wants to be that way. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean, like, had people given her what she needed, or if there was enough resources for that space, then I feel like she wouldn't have gotten there, maybe, or not quite. But I mean, I don't know if you guys heard about I haven't looked a ton into it, but there was some news about a lady who I think I think she went crazy and killed her children, I believe, because something was wrong with her. She went to the doctor gave her some medication, something else became wrong with her, and within a very short time frame, she was on SSRIs, antidepressants. She was on all sorts of things like that were trying to combat each other, and she was not sleeping on these medications. There was nothing. She was up for days and days, and like went actually crazy because no one was like putting things together, and ended up, doing that. I don't know if you guys have heard that story.
No, but that's so sad.
And I'm like, so to me, I'm just like, I see like a more big picture thing of like, where are the things that are helping people in this way?
Yeah, like the resources for all the signs. Yeah, it really is sad, but true crime. It's there's so many stories right now.
There
so
is. I can't wait till the next doc.
Yes.
Well, give us a follow. If you like this conversation, we're going to be chatting. I'm curious to know what they want me to watch next.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Till next time.
Bye.